Stop picking up the gene seed if you're not built like that. I'm currently leveling up my assault. It's my last class. I need to max, and I've been running ruthless and substantial on most of my classes, even at low levels, since a majority of my weapons are all relic class. The thing that I'm just so sick of and tired of is seeing the level 25s come into a lobby, demand the gene seed, won't progress till I give it up, just because I'm a lower level and they proceed to go down. Like, brother, I'm carrying it because I have confidence in my parries and decent knowledge of the health and stim systems, especially these bulwarks who never plant a banner till it's too late. I don't know, something I've been seeing a lot over and over again, definitely ranting. In conclusion, okay, it's okay to not carry the gene seed as the highest level. Just because you're a max level character does not mean you're the best to carry it. Put your egos aside and let someone who actually needs the XP and wants to carry it, take it. By the way, I always offer Guardian Relics first at this point to persuade people away from the gene seed. I will admit that's a good strategy. That's definitely a good strategy. Anyone who I see point at a Guardian Relic and just let people pick it up, I kind of just assume they know what they're doing, right? But yeah, let's talk about the gene seed for a second, because here's the thing. In patch 7, the gene seed is going to be very important. So I do think gene seed etiquette is going to be a thing. Normally when you see somebody who's level 25, I'm pretty confident that they can carry the gene seed. However, this is kind of an interesting post. Any low level who just goes out of the way to pick up the gene seed, I might have to give it to them. Especially if they're just like, hey, take this Guardian Relic, I'll do that. But for the most part, the gene seed is going to be very important for prestiging. So it is going to be interesting to see how people kind of navigate this. I think whoever gets it first, whoever just picks it up without hesitating, that's who you want to have the gene seed. But if we get into like a stim situation where everyone's kind of just surrounding the gene seed and pointing at it, you should probably look at who has a Guardian Relic and then just go from there. But yeah, I got to admit, there might be a lot of pressure on gene seed carrying right now. Level 25s come into a lobby and demand the gene seed. That's kind of wild. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure like I've ever been in the game where somebody demanded the gene seed, you know? But however, like, for the most part, I think this is fine if a lower level wants to pick it up. But I will admit, there is probably more lower levels who are going to drop with the gene seed than play like this guy who's going to parry everything. So I do think, depending on the difficulty, this might be a risk. Like in absolute, if I see a level 10 pick up the gene seed, that might be the normal. That might be the new normal in, you know, higher difficulties, seeing lower levels pick up the gene seed. But regardless, I do think, I think it depends. If there's a level 25 who picks it up, I'm not going to demand he gives it to a lower level player. That's kind of wild. But still, gene seed etiquette is definitely going to be a more important factor, at least for the lifespan of this game, I would assume. It's going to take a while to prestige, so I'm definitely interested to see how this is going to, you know, affect the overall community. I actually usually leave the gene seed to the lowest level player as they need it the most, so whether or not they finish with it is on them. Okay, you know what? That's a pretty good point. I don't need the XP, so I don't care to carry it unless said low level isn't confident and wants me to. On a separate note, I think the bulwarks you mentioned are a much bigger issue than the gene seed stealers. I don't think people realize that even with no ability regeneration team perk, you can put down like 10 plus banners in mission. People are always so hesitant to put them down, or only put them down to heal themselves, and instead of getting the 10 plus full heals the team should get, the bulwark heals himself only like 2 times the entire mission. This is the one and only time I get upset with teammates. If you're going to play the healing support class, then use your dang heal. Okay, fair point. Now, honestly, when it comes to banner, I feel like just placing the banner in the middle of a team fight is your best option, just because, at least with Purity of Purpose and Icon, I've really been enjoying the banner's capability of providing, you know, both offensive and defensive capabilities. So using the banner in a fight is definitely going to benefit you the most. And I do agree with this guy that you can get more banners off than you think. So hesitating with banners really isn't going to be the best option. Or just using it to heal yourself, which in turn will put the banner on a certain cooldown chain that you might not have it available for the next, like, sweaty team fight. If you're already carrying the gene seed and are confident in your ability to not go down, don't drop it, even if higher levels refuse to continue. That's okay, hold on. Refusing to play the level if somebody has the gene seed that if you don't want them to have the gene seed, like, honestly, that's insane. That's insane, because the longer you wait around, you're still gonna get enemy spawns. So, like, you might as well just leave. Nah, that's a disappointing way to deal with that. We need a simple game chat system so you can explain, I got this, don't worry. But we do. the amount of people who comment on my videos who are like, dude, you could just use your mic. Yeah, I definitely get that. And it makes sense. But not, you can't guarantee someone's going to hear you regardless. But I think we do have a fair amount of communication tactics to get through that, 100%. I don't think it's going to be something that's like that difficult to navigate. Like, somebody will pick it up, and if they go down, that's, you know, that's kind of rough, but it's not going to be like 100% avoidable to just be like, okay, here's the best player. He's going to have the gene seed. You're still going to run into tough situations. So I really hope people don't get toxic over the fact that somebody will drop with the gene seed. But like, you know, honestly, I don't really see too many people getting toxic in this game regardless. I'm just a little bit worried about as far as like how we, you know, navigate the gene seed during the game. I am just a little bit worried of people, you know, getting maybe a little bit too antsy to picking it up, and maybe they're not ready for it. I guess it really just depends. Maybe there's a class. Maybe there's a class that's better to have it. Like, if the Bulwark has the gene seed, let the Bulwark have the gene seed. But if like a tactical runs over to pick it up, it's like, I don't know. I wouldn't really mind it if a tactical picked it up, but like, I do understand where it's like, dude, you know, the Bulwark would likely be able to survive just a little bit better. And then, you know, the Bulwark can just heal themselves. So you're not too worried about what is going on with that. But yeah, it really shouldn't be that big of a deal. But you know what? We will see. Hopefully nobody gets toxic over it, though. Sniper main here. The seed is mine. Gotta love having panic buttons. I gotta admit, yeah, purification is likely your best case scenario when it comes to carrying the gene seed. And not to mention camo. Not only do you heal yourself, but you also are camouflaged and they can't see you. So honestly, I'm really leaning towards heavy or sniper going into prestige. You know, for at least my first prestige grind. But honestly, this is kind of appealing to, you know, just use the sniper and just pick up the gene seed, and then you're essentially leveling up faster. Yeah, I'm convinced that the sniper and the Bulwark maybe are probably the two best classes to carry the gene seed. Ultimately, it's whoever is the, you know, whoever picks it up is obviously getting it. I think whoever hesitates obviously shouldn't pick it up, but like, still, you really just need to find, as long as you find the gene seed, pick it up, and you know, it's just the fact that the gene seed is going to become a little bit more important. That's kind of where I'm a little bit worried that there might be one or two people maybe being a little bit toxic, but honestly, I really haven't had any toxic situations in this game, so I'd be genuinely surprised if, you know, as what this post described, if somebody legit stops going through the level because they don't like who has the gene seed. That, I really, really hope we don't see that.